Hello, residents. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're here with Councillor Cynthia Lai, Councillor for Scarborough North, Ward 23. My name is Anujan. Councillor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Inogen?
Doing really
Thank
well.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, Councillor. So we'll go right into our interview. Councillor, COVID-19 cases are disproportionately high in the M1X neighborhood. What measures is the City of Toronto taking to mitigate community spread in this region of Scarborough?
Well, as you know, the Toronto Public Health has been very active in educating the public on best practices during COVID-19. You know, we have our medical officer of health every day appear on CP24 with our mayor. So we've been trying very hard to make sure that our residents get the message that this is very serious. And then now that we are in wave number 2, and because of the statistics that came out last week, that M1X is one of the areas that is the highly affected area. And actually on council, one of the councillors asked the question about whether these statistics people that are living in the area, and it does not necessarily mean that the people that contracted it, so it might be a little bit of a false statistics, but it would be very cumbersome to actually count where it's been, just give you an example, people might be working in the Peel region, and then there's a high contracting transmission rate, and then they live in the Morningside Heights area, in M1X area. So that might be a little bit, but having said that, we have been taking steps in setting up more testing center in the area. And I've been working with the Toronto Public Health to see how other measures can be done with within that area, more testings, and we are actually in a lockdown now, City of Toronto, and we are really limiting public gatherings or even private gatherings that is going to be affecting a lot of the spreading of the transmission of the COVID-19 virus. So everybody is doing our job. And I wanted to ask the residents, please, everybody, we have to get through this together. We need to do the work together. So please, no private gatherings. And we have everybody stay home and watch, we have the 3 W's, watch your social distance, wash your hand, and wear your mask.
Thank you, Councillor. Appreciate it. If it's okay with you, may I go on to the next question?
Sure.
So the next question is, the unlawful landfill on Morningside Avenue in McNichol has been a concern for the community for many years. Do you have any updates on this issue, and when can we expect a satisfying solution?
Well, actually, really thank you for bringing this file, and appreciate the community association is looking after. I mean, I inherited this problem too when I was elected to council, and we met with the owner a couple of times, and there's a long history on this. And we were told that it actually supposed to have been sold, but then the sale fell through. So that's why we're into, because of some suspect of the contamination of some of the soil that are on this. They have to actually spend millions of dollars just trying to mitigate the site. So that's why one of the reasons why it fell through. And we are currently following up with the city staff. And just to be honest with you, our city staff has been really helping us to make sure that this is going to be, we call it the eyesore in the neighborhood. We know that, and I totally get it. And there was a sale on it, and then there's conditional period, and then the sale fell through. And now the city economic development staff, they're helping us to, I think there's another interest that is showing into the property to do some sort of a basketball training site or something, recreation use. So that's the latest I've heard. And we are working on it to make sure that we understand that it's not going to be for curb appeal. It's not good for the neighborhood and for the health hazard. Hopefully, I'm trying to do my best. And it is going to be, we will actually get a formal response to your letter from the Morningside Neighborhood Association. We are gathering information now with MLS and with economic development and see how we can cope with this this issue. So you'll be hearing from us soon.
Thank you, Councillor. The next question is, Morningside Heights has also attracted higher volumes of traffic since the area is being used as a bypass to enter and exit the neighborhood. What are the updates on the Morningside extension and the Steeles Avenue expansion?
Well, actually, this is a very good question and very timely, as I just got an update from city staff just last week. And it has been a long history. The reason why it's taking so long is because there's York region we need to work with, and there's a cost sharing as well. And I've been told like this is another issue that I'm inherited, and I wanted to get it done, really want to move the file forward. And that's why I ordered a meeting with staff, with transportation last week, and just to make sure that we are all on the same page and whether we're moving forward. And transportation staff is telling me that this is one of the priorities now that Amazon is within the site now with the Steeles Avenue. I think Morningside Heights, so Morningside Avenue, from Steeles to Passmore, we've gotten Amazon, the developer, I mean the landlord for Amazon is going to be financing that. So that will be happening very soon, because now, as you know, that we have a fulfillment center on the site there on just south of Steeles. So
Right.
basically, the extension of the Morningside will happen first. And then the next step will be the extension from Passmore to McNichol. So from Steeles to Passmore is happening. It will be happening very soon. And then the next phase will be from Passmore to McNichol. So, and they're afraid that if we're going to widen that first, I mean, no extension, not widening. So it is the widening of the Steeles.
Right.
If we extend the Morningside Avenue first, it might create a bottleneck at Steeles. But I really get it. I know that is a priority for the subdivision, and especially in Morningside Heights area. So I will be working on this project is a priority for me, and for your residents, I think you can go onto the website. There's an update on the whole extension and widening of the Steeles Avenue on the website, the city's website. If your residents can go on the website, it's just being updated just as we speak. So just a couple of days ago, it's been updated. So those are there's a lot of information there, because the holdup is because we have to have cost sharing with the York region, and then also with the environmental assessment as well. So there's a lot of issues that is holding up, but this is a priority to me. I really hear you. I really wanted to get this file moving forward.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you so much. So the next question is, Morningside Heights is a diverse community with one of the highest South Asian populations in the city of Toronto. English is the second language for many individuals and is the only language for many. As the Vice Chair of Civic Appointments Committee, what measures has the City of Toronto taken to make civic appointments more accessible? And generally, what has the city done to make municipal information more accessible to diverse communities? We do see that with the COVID-19 pandemic, some information is not reaching diverse communities. So what has the city done to make it more accessible?
Well, that's a very good question, actually. Since I was on council in 2018, for those of you who can get out the record, every time I speak on council, I stress the importance of multiple languages in all the education materials, including Vision Zero, and the Board of Health. I actually raised this concern a few times already to make sure that, the languages, the communication languages have to reflect the demographics of the city. And some councillors, they're saying that we want a Russian, and some councillors wanted, different languages. And I'm very happy, actually, something is happening now, because at the council meeting last week, the Board of Health chair has actually made a motion on the vaccine readiness, just to educate us with the vaccine. And the motion in there consists of in multiple languages. So I'm very happy that, my consistency and my persistence on council actually now the council gets the message, and even city staff now gets the message, because I told them it's very important, because communication, we got to communicate to our constituents, and if they have barriers, and it really, it's not really fair for them. So this is happening. And in terms of civic appointments, and very good question too. Actually, I was appointed and I was vice chair, and just want to give you a recent example of my influence in that committee, and really, really very encouraging. At the investment board, they wanted to reappoint the person because she's doing a good job and all that. But I raised the question. I said, well, why don't we, review some of these highly qualified candidates in interview, and then we make a decision. So that's how it was done. And we interviewed maybe 2 or 3 more. And actually, we changed our mind. We appointed a Black person to that board, and he's highly qualified. But my challenge is that because civic appointment, everybody needs to file in your application online. So I would encourage your residents, in Morningside Heights, to, if you think that you have a good skill set in one particular board or agency, I encourage you to fill in the application online. And it's my job actually to recruit good people to be appointed. And I really encourage everybody to step up and make sure that you fill in there. And then the process is like that. Then the city staff will shortlist according to your experience and your expertise. They will shortlist to the committee. They will group them as qualified and highly qualified and unqualified. So for us as committee members, we usually go review all the candidates that applied, and then I personally will trust what city staff has done. I will go into the highly qualified group, and then we will select people to be interviewed. So everybody has to do their share. If you wanted to be appointed, you have to be proactively, bring your names forward. And if you know of somebody who actually is good at doing something, please, by all means, encourage them to put the application online so that it will be on our radar screen, so they would be appointed. But trust me, being on that committee, and I intend to ask for a reappointment for that committee at the end of the year, because I think that is very important to reflect the demographics of the city. And one good news about my recent appointment in the TTC board is I'm the first Asian woman to be appointed to that board. So it's improving, but I think it's got more work need to be done, and it needs a group effort and team effort to be able to get to where we wanted to go, is to make sure that in all over our city is to reflect our diversity of our city.
Thank you, Councillor. That's very encouraging to hear your work and your influence on the community. The Councillor, thank you so much for your time. And residents, if you have any questions, and if you live around the Brookside Public School neighborhood, the northern part of our neighborhood, please feel free to reach out to Councillor Cynthia Lai at the number and email on your screen right now. Councillor, thank you. Would you like to say goodbye to our residents?
My pleasure. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. And anytime you wanted to chat with me, by all means, reach out to me. Thank you.